Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome back. Hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day. Is the sound working? Just let me check my settings here, guys. I'm ready to go. Yes, it is. So you can hear me loud and clear. Good morning to everyone. Good morning, Mr. Patton, with 2 marks on your barrel. It is Demo. My videos always have a theme. Demo. It makes... You're going to understand in a minute here because I've just spent $100 buying new LED light bulbs. Dimmable, even. For in the studio here and all the recessed little, what are they? They're GU110 LED floodlights that go in the little pot lights. You don't want to hear this, do you? Of course you do, yeah. Because, I had regular ones there, and apparently the LED ones use 96% less. They replacing a 50-watt regular one with an equivalent 50 that only uses 4 watts. Something like that. And dimmable. Not hard to, or not easy to find dimmable ones. I'm going to save 90% of my electricity bill for lighting. Of course, my computer's still going to use. Because I did that years ago. Yeah, well, you got ripped off. Because I looked at this years ago, when they started telling us we have to save the world and replace our bulbs. We have to save the world. We need companies to manufacture 3.9 billion new light bulbs so that we can switch them all and throw the old ones in the garbage. That'll save things. But anyway. The LED ones, they don't get hot. They use less power. It's a good idea. It's a good idea. I know I'm making jokes, but it's a good idea. But in the past, I tell you, I looked at them and like one bulb would be like $23. A regular one was like $2.99, and then an LED one's like $23. And the price stayed like that. And then they had smart LED ones for $48 per bulb. Now I got like 30 of them in the ceiling. Yeah, $38 per bulb. Let me just replace 30 of them. That'll save me some money. I'll help save the world. I'll go broke, but the world will be saved. Who the hell needs a smart LED bulb on this? 30 smart bulbs. Then you can control them on your iPhone. Oh, it's too bright in here. Just a second. Well, should I make a little bit of a beige tint? Idiots. But anyway, so finally, Home Depot, 99 cents. 99 cents per bulb. I bought 100. I'm done. In-store special. This weekend only. It was maximum 20 per customer, so I went back 5 times. Screw them. They can't stop me. The one time they give us a deal. Oh, wait a minute, you're not allowed to have. It's a deal, so you can't buy too many of them. You can only buy a lot of them when it's a ripoff. It's a deal now, so you can only get 20. Well, I have 30 in my ceiling. Well, too bad. You can only upgrade 2/3 of your lighting. I bought 20, and I went to my car and put them in. Walked back in the store, bought 20, went to my car, put them in. Just all on the same Visa card. I didn't even pay yet. So I'm happy. We'll see how much my electricity bill drops. How many of you guys have done this kind of stuff? And I guess that's the easiest step to. I will do it if I can save money. I'm not going to do it because someone tells me to. Some whack job is trying to convince me to do it. I'm not going to do it if it's going to cost me more. I'm not going to do it because, someone's trying to make me feel guilty that it's my fault that the polar bear has to swim now to catch a seal instead of jumping off the ice. I'm going to do it, and I'm being honest, right? I'm making jokes, but I'm being honest. I'm going to do it if it saves me money. I'm not going to pay more. I'm not guilty about living my life. So now finally, it actually costs less. And so I'm going to do it. Of course I'm going to do it because it's going to save me money and they cost less. Which is how it should be. What? Hey. The game's over. How dare he ace that tank so fast, Dimo? I mean, your name, Dimo, the dimming light bulbs, it was all part of the story, and I didn't finish my story, and you aced the tank. That's all you have to do to ace the patent, I guess. You know, guys, all kidding aside, I am a firm believer in doing the right thing. Good luck, fellas, says the STRV. I'm a firm believer in doing the right thing, right? I'm sure the majority of people are, but I will not change my behavior because someone's trying to make me feel guilty about just being myself, and I will not change my behavior because someone wants me to pay a fucking tax, okay? I will just avoid that, no. I will change my behavior if there's an incentive and a good reason for me to do so. Like, yeah, let's make the fucking bulbs cheap so that everyone can do it, like that. Then there's no excuse. It's an incentive. It's a good idea, and it's not a burden. Because you know how it works, right? You guys know how it works? It's all a scam. Now, wait a minute. I rephrase that, because as soon as you say that, then the mental cases, so yeah, the whole world is, everything that scientists come up with is a scam. That's not what I mean. Marketing is a scam. Let's use the example of light bulbs, because this is the same thing for everything. They wanted us to switch from the incandescent, low-efficiency bulbs. You know those ones that get so hot, when you touch them, you go, ow! They're so hot. Well, they're hot because they're using a lot of energy. So now we have LED ones and stuff, and we have more efficient ones. The push to do that started years and years ago, decades ago. But the companies already knew. They already have their price forecast schedule over time to maximize how much money they can steal from you, right? Companies and corporations do this. They come up with something. You're tired of listening to about light bulbs. It's the same with like Teslas or any new product. They know on a new product launch that initially the initial buyers are those that are just have to have the new thing and are easily convinced to do it and are not concerned about spending the extra money. So they'll cost a fortune, and people will buy them. And then they have a graph of how quickly they need to drop the price so that the sales can continue to increase, and after a certain period of time, maximize the profit profile over a decade with a certain product. And they know already that, okay, these things are going to cost us 25 cents to make. What is it? It's a stupid little thing here with the plastic, and then when you screw it in, it makes light. It costs a nickel in China to make them. Let's start selling them for $48. When we start selling them for $48, there will be some morons that live in California that will buy them. Right? And I'm not going to buy them when they're $48. And they'll slow it. You don't believe me, right? Even in the old days, Barbie was dolls. Same thing. They an engineer will come up with a doll it's a beautiful doll that the kids they want to sell this doll. The kids are going to play with it, and he makes it. And in his design, he had 12 iterations to get to the final doll. And then when the salespeople and the bean counters and the marketers get a hold of it, they say, "This is a great idea. This is an amazing doll, but we can't release that. Let's release your first iteration for this Christmas season, the second iteration in Boxing Day, the third iteration 6 months from now for Black Tuesday, and they will release the first doll will have will just be like this. The second iteration will have knobby elbows. Right? The fourth iteration the head will be able to turn, and on and on and on until they get to the really nice one. And they know that some kid will cry and want every single one, and daddy will buy her every single one until the one they actually designed is for sale. And they'll sell 10 of them. instead of the one good one that they should sell in the first place. They'll know that, well, we got to sell all of these step by step. And the first one will be the most expensive. So we can market. No, we've improved the doll and lowered the price. Now, how many of you would, let your little girl cry for years and say, "We are not buying the doll until they release the final version. You will not have the doll with the knobby elbows." Some German guy will probably do that, right? Stop crying! You will get the doll when it is a deal. There's limits. I digress, but can you imagine? This doll is only the 4th iteration. We will not buy it. There will be no gifts this Christmas. We are following the advice of Klaus Kellerman. He is very smart. I made myself laugh. But it's true. It's all marketing, right? That's what I mean when I say it's a scam. Marketing is all a scam. It's a way of extracting the most money from you for a given product. And this whole switch to more efficient lighting, which is what I'm dealing right now, the light bulbs, was a huge 10-year. And don't tell me they were slowly progressing and the technology took time. There is that. But there's the biggest factor is the what do they call it? Because I worked at companies where we did this, right? Where you do a profit profile forecast, and you maximize that profit. You figure out. Oh, nice clip, nice. Ooh! You figure out the profile. You don't sell. You don't make the bulbs, the efficient bulbs, and start selling them for 50 cents day one. That's not how you maximize your profit. Yeah, day one you sell them for $38, and your manufacturing capacity is not maximized, and you're only going to sell 200,000 of them, and the first 200,000 of them you're going to sell to 80,000 morons that are willing to pay $38, right? And then they graph it. And they have forecasts and projections, and then they have a boardroom meeting, and they say, "We'll follow this. This is our forecast marketing delivery projection over the next 10 years." Yeah, like this, penetration, right? And snap. So, long story short, I've finally replaced my light bulbs. I got them for less than $1 each. Where previously you could, when they first came out with the LED replacements, I'd go in there. A pack of 6 at Home Depot would be, I'm being serious now, what would a pack of 6 would be like $49, even a couple of years ago. Okay. So, you want people to change their behavior en masse. Like, it's easy to change the behavior of a few morons, but you want to change the behavior en masse, you have to provide incentive. You have to make people's lives better or cheaper, and make it worth people's while. That's what you have to do. You can't change people's behavior just by applying taxes and telling them you're a bad person and you're destroying the earth. You should feel so guilty. We missed your game as well, buddy, but you did good. You did 9,000 damage while I was ranting there. Shall we watch another game and not talk about light bulbs? Hopefully this game lasts more than 4 minutes. We won't talk about light bulbs. But remember, you are not a bad person, right? You turn on your light. Oh no, I talked about light bulbs right away. You're not a bad person for behaving the way you've been brought up and the way, despite all the media nonsense trying to make us feel guilty that we're all evil and irresponsible, and our irresponsibility is responsible for the demise of humanity. No, that's not as an individual person, fuck you, right? As a collective, maybe. But the only way you set change the path is by incentive, doing the right thing and making it worthwhile. I'm fucking sick and tired of feeling guilty or trying to be talked into spending more or paying a tax. Governments could go kiss my fucking ass. They all do the same thing. That's all. The only thing they know, right? They're a government. All it knows how to do is tax and spend. They have two choices. They either implement taxes or they spend money. There's no other. Anything else that they try to do will be a shit show. So what do they normally do? 90% of the time, they have an idea, they want to do something. So let's have a tax for that. Right? It's not rocket science, okay? It's not fucking rocket science. Any average person understands this. Like, how many people have a dog? I have Marty, wonderful, beautiful dog. Right? There's a lot of people that have pets. Millions, hundreds of millions of people in North America have pets. And all of them understand that if you don't want your dog to shit in your house, the way you train him is when he's little, he's squatting there. He's on the carpet. He's looking at you like this, right? Now you can get a rolled up piece of newspaper, and when he's squatting for the first time on the carpet, you go, "Stop it!" Whack! And you hit him in the head with the newspaper. And he'll walk like this. Right? And he'll leave a trail of shit on your rug 7 feet long because he's in the middle of shitting and you whacked him in the head. Right? He's just trying to live his life. He had you gave him those snacks and treats, and he's got to take a dump. You're so nice to him. Here, have a treat, have a treat. And then he has to take a dump, the poor little guy. And he's squatting. And then you're hitting him on the head. He doesn't know why, right? And he's trying to run away. And so what do you end up with? You end up with a trail of shit on your carpet, 7 feet long, as he's trying to get away, but his sphincter won't close. Number one. And number two, you end up with a dog that fucking hates you, is scared of you, and wants to run away, and can't stand you, fears you. Is that what you want? No, it's not rocket science. What you do, and what I did with Marty, he's squatting, he's going to take a shit on the carpet, and you go, oh, okay, I miss it. You let him take the shit on the carpet, you clean it up, and then you pay some attention to the poor little guy. Next time you feed him, he's a little puppy, and he's had his thing. And last time I fed him, 2 minutes later, he had to take a shit. So you feed him, and like a minute later, you take him downstairs, and you can tell he's kind of looking around, and you go, oh, you open the door, you take him outside, he takes a crap on the lawn, and then you say, good boy, Marty. Oh, you're such a good boy. And he's like, oh, I'm a good boy. Why am I a good boy? I took a shit on the grass. That was fun. Maybe if I take a shit on the grass again, he'll pet me and tell me I'm a good boy. And then you have no shit on your carpet and a dog who loves you. It's not rocket fucking science. You provide incentive, and the world runs properly. Does it make sense? It's not any more complicated than that. Klaus Kellerman, 2024. Bookmark it. I've just explained the Earth, how everything works on Earth and how it should work. So, my rant, does it make sense? Leave it in the comment section. I don't know why. I was happy because I was changing my light bulbs, and now I'm fucking pissed off because, the whole trying to make me feel guilty, that I'm a bad person, that I'm personally responsible for the fucking polar bear, and if I pay this tax, everything will be okay, and all bullshit. I do not deny things, but the process needs to change. That's why a lot of people don't give a fuck about even important issues, is because it's always the same fucking thing. It's always, there's an important issue, we need your money. Why do you always fucking need my money when there's an important issue? I understand there are important issues that we have to address. Why don't some fucking smart people figure out how we solve those important issues and give us incentives to solve them? Imagine that. Imagine if someone was smart enough that they could come up with solutions that were an incentive. It's not hard. It just isn't hard. It's because there's other agendas involved. People want your money. And I know I said I wasn't going to mention light bulbs anymore, but the guys who make the light bulbs, they don't want to sell light bulbs. They don't want to have you use 4 watts instead of 50 watts. That's not what they're interested in. They're interested in taking your money. Yeah. And I'm serious. They don't just want to sell light bulbs. They want money. A shoe company doesn't really want to sell you shoes. They want your money. And I know some of you are saying, of course a shoe company wants to sell you shoes. That's their business. Step out of your small brain now and float up at 30,000 feet and look down. They don't want to sell you shoes. All right? They want your money. They want to market something to you that you will give them money for. That's why a quote-unquote shoe company can sell a triangular thing to a woman that has a rectangular foot. Okay? They're not shoes. If shoe companies wanted to sell you shoes, we would all be walking around in hiking boots or Birkenstocks. Okay? Why? How can we sell triangular shoe to women with rectangular foot? It's okay. We make sexy videos and we convince them that they are more desirable if they squish their feet into these triangular objects. That's very good. Okay, that's enough. My rant is over. Let's sort this on XP. Yes, you finish on top. Well done. We missed your game as well. We watched 3 games today. I had a lot to say. 3 games, and I don't know what the fuck happened. Doesn't matter. But I got new lighting. That's the takeaway, guys. I got new lighting. Let me know in the comments section what you guys think.